You ready to dive into content? If you're ready, say I'm ready. Show me some hands if you're ready. Crush this thing. All right. This young woman, I met her for the first time. She's in our masterminds now. She was in what we called at the time a six-figure summit event. And she came up to me, and it was interesting because she was like pretty proud. She was making like $30,000 a month or something at the time. And I said, congratulations, well done, well done. We're going to show you how you can make some real money. And she's like, what are you talking real money? $30,000 a month is like a huge amount of money. Yes, it is. It's fantastic. But you're meant for more than that. She's like, what? And then we did a few exercises in the room, and she realized that it was a big opportunity in front of her. So today, I don't know can I say how much you're making? Can I?
Yeah.
All right. So this young woman, she's plugged into every single thing I've done. Whether it's Accelerator or Mastermind or events or anything else. And the thing I love most about her, when you're looking for somebody to help, somebody who's willing, coachable, and hungry, I can see her making a decision when I offer a strategy that I know will work, and she just goes, oh, and she writes it. And I know she's going to get that shit done. She's going to turn it into reality super, super fast. So when I first met her, she's making $30,000, which is amazing. How many of you would be excited at $30,000 a month? It'd be unbelievable, right? Fantastic. But I want you to hear a couple things. She's one of the best tacticians I've ever met in network marketing. Systems, the ability, prolific. Guess how many people she's personally recruited in the last 4 years? How many of you personally recruited in the last 4 years? Put it into the comments. How many of you personally recruited in the last 4 years? Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. How many? 17, 50, 6, 0, 22, 6, 36. In the last 4 years. Okay? This young woman has personally recruited over 9,000 people in the last 4 years. I can't even comprehend that. Would you like to learn from somebody who figured that out? She has over 1.3 million customers on her team. Not distributors, customers on her team. Would you like to figure out how to do that? When I met her, she was making $30,000 a month. We poured into her. She plugged into everything. And last month, I'm going to summarize, but I'm pretty sure it's more than $550,000 last month alone. How would your life change? How would your life change if $550,000 showed up in your bank account one time? What would you do? Who could you help? How many bills could you pay? What could you do for your family? And now imagine it shows up again next month. It's unbelievable. So to bring the heat, to bring some power, to bring some knowledge, to bring some skill, please welcome to the stage my friend and yours, Jessie Lee Ward. Come on, woman.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? My name's Jessie Lee. You can call me #BossLee. And I'm very blessed to be here with every single one of you. I need you to understand the time is now. Put that in the chat because we are getting straight to it today. It is so important you understand the time is now. There's no difference between me and you except for I make a lot of decisions, I make them quickly, and I act on them. So I need us to think about this because today's a special day for our Europeans. Today is the finale. It just started for Formula One racing, so we are going to do a whole entire breakthrough of this because your business is Formula One. But first, I need us to stop and slow down for a second. Because a lot of you are starting to think about people like me, or you're starting to think about people like Eric, or you're thinking about people like Fraser or Yvonne or whomever came on stage and resonated with you in your soul. And you stopped thinking about Liliana, and you stopped thinking about Kate, and you stopped thinking about Tegan, and you stopped thinking about Asi and Isioma. You stopped thinking about you and your dreams. And it does not matter what I want to do with my life. Do you understand this? It's irrelevant. This is not a comparison game. It matters what you want to do with your life, and so I need you to close your eyes. And remember, I can see you. Close your eyes, and I want you to turn your head to your right-hand side like you're looking at somebody. Keep your eyes closed. I can see you, Denise. Close your eyes and turn your head to the right. And I want you to see somebody next to you. It's you. It's not you today. It's you after you make this decision to actually go all in and actually do what it takes to have the life you want. And so I need you to think about what this person looks like. Who is she? Who is he? What is the most elite version of you, John? What is the most elite version? What does this look like? What do you walk like? What do you talk like? What are you reading? What events are you going to? What are you committing to? Who do you spend time with? Who do you let in between the 6 inches between your ears? Because I'm telling you, this is most of your problems. You let all these people tell you what you can do with your life, and you never stop to think, what can I do with mine? It's your legacy to live and leave. And so I want you to look at that person to your right-hand side. I want you to start at your feet. What? On your most elite day, the day you're top ranked, the day you make $550,000 a month, $1 million a month, $10 million a month, because the limit doesn't exist, what are on your feet? Do you have a pedicure? Are you on the beach? Are your feet in the sand? Do you have on red bottom shoes? Do you have on boots? What do you have on your feet? Where are you? And move up to your legs for a minute here. You're still looking at this person on your right-hand side. Eyes are still closed. I don't know, guys, like, have you been working out? So did you shave your legs to show off those calf muscles? Ladies, what are you looking like? You're in your best body. You're in your most prime physical state. It's the elite version of Andrea. It's the best version of Jimmy. It's the best version of Nikolai. What is the most elite version of Joanna? What does she look like? Now move up to your thighs. Are they strong? Are they powerful? Are they carrying you on stages across the world and you're speaking and you're pouring into people because you decided today that today is the day for you? And move up to your body. What does your stomach look like? Anyone with a six-pack? What's going on? Right? Or maybe you're pregnant, who's in a fertility journey and you're carrying a beautiful child or children inside of you. Your most elite day. Maybe you went through a battle and you were able to afford IVF because you said today's the day. And move up. What are you wearing? What do your clothes look like? Maybe you're in a bikini. Maybe you're in a $5,000 custom suit. Move up to your head. What's your hair look like? Is it perfectly done? What color is it? Did you shave it all off? Do you have a hat on your head? What are your earrings like? Did you do your makeup? Are you all natural? What are you doing? What do you look like? What do you look like? What's in your head? Who's talking to you? Who are those people? What are the voices? What books are you reading? In your most elite version of Brenda, of Kelly, of Peyton? What's the most elite version of Ruben listening to? What are the friendships? What are the conversations you're having? You better make this decision today because I can't do it for you. You're staring at this person. Now open your eyes. And I want you to turn back center. And I want you to look again. And look back at you. It's you, Wyatt. It's you, Megan. It's you, Lula. See, because it's already inside you. That person already exists. Lorraine, she's here today. Lewis, he's here today. Step into that, because I promise you, you're not done. I know there's $1 million earners, $1 million monthly earners watching this. You're not done. You're playing small just like I am. So who's ready to race? You ready to go? All right. Thank you for allowing me to let you see yourself the way that so many of us as your mentors see you. So your business is Formula One, guys. How many of you love Formula One? How many of you watch the Netflix special? How many of you watch the actual racing? Who's got a team? Anyone want to put your team or your driver in the chat? Who's going to win? Is it going to be the Dutch? We got Max Verstappen racing today against Lewis Hamilton. Is it the Brits? Come on, who's it going to be? I don't know. No one in the chat seems scared. Oh, here we go. Verstappen over here. All right, so listen. I need you to think about your network marketing business like Formula One, because there are a lot of mistakes you're making, and I want you to stop today. Number one mistake, a lot of you are comparing. You're comparing me, you're comparing you, you're comparing your upline, you're comparing your sideline, you're looking at all these people on the stage and you're comparing. And in Formula One, there's a great, it's just stories. I watched this show, I watched these races, and I think to myself, you can't look at what one person's doing versus another. Some of these teams have budgets that are significantly less than other teams, and they still qualify for races. They still run their races. And some of you joined this business, and you're bringing people into this business, and you have the audacity to tell people that they can't win because they didn't start with the biggest packer. You're sitting there, and you haven't made the decision to go in and say the time is now because you're like, well, I started with the small pack. I couldn't go in with the big, giant builder, whatever. Is my future doomed? Well, I got to tell you, what if I told you I started with the smallest pack? My budget was the teeny tiny $150 million a year Haas budget. I was racing against the McLarens. I was racing against the Red Bulls. I was racing against the Mercedes. And I won. You can't compare. It's dangerous. So whoever drives the vehicle the best wins. That's how this works. Start racing, start moving, start trying, start showing up for you. The only way you're going to win this is if you learn to fail. You're going to crash your car. Oh, you're going to crash it over and over and over again. The wheels are going to fall off the car. You're going to pit incorrectly. You're going to run off the track. You are like yesterday, Verstappen, what happened, y'all? I saw what happened. He ran into the wall. He didn't get first position today. He didn't get the pole position because he ran into a wall. Just keep racing. Just keep driving. Are you going to commit to the turns? Are you going to commit to when your company changes the compensation plan, when your upline quits, when your downline quits, when your best friend leaves the business? Tanya, you ever happened to you before? It's happened to me. It's happened to me. It's happened to all of us at the top. Doesn't matter. We're committed to the turns. I'm committed to my company. I'm committed to our team. I'm committed to my success. I'm going to win. You can't stop me. I'm a winner. I don't need motivation. It's in here. I'm a winner. I'm committed. You got to be scared. Raise your hand if you're scared. Can we have some honest people? Who's scared? Anyone scared? Simone, a little bit scared. I love this. Thank you, Wendy, for your honesty. Thank you, Ron, for your honesty. You better be scared. Fear is used to focus you. When I'm scared, when I'm shaking, when I'm like, I'm actually probably going to die if I do this training, if I walk on this stage, I might die. Death is imminent. I have to do a follow-up call. I have to do a Facebook Live. I have to do a reel. I have to figure out TikToks. I have to figure out how to put captions on something. What is it that scared you this weekend so far? What in your notes made you just basically want to just quit? Lean into it. That's your curve. That's your turn. You understand? That's supposed to focus you. Whatever that is that you're feeling in you, Megan, focus on it. You're supposed to do that. That fear is used to focus you, to guide you, so you're not focusing on all the other stuff. And so many of you are focused on the one thing that worked 5 years ago. Consider it a pole. If a pole's in front of you and you're driving a Formula One racing car, they tell you, don't look at the pole. What happens if you look at the pole, Taylor? Go on, Jennifer, you know what happens, right? Sharon knows. If you're looking at the pole, you run into the freaking pole, don't you? Yeah, because that's what you're focused on. Why don't you focus on making $1 million a year? Why don't you focus on helping 100 people this month change their life? Why don't you focus on getting on those training calls of yours that you keep missing out on? You happen to stumble upon GoPro because you got smart. You're going to run straight into the pole. Stop, because you cannot win by driving scared. You cannot win by driving scared. If you've ever been in a car with me, You've just been riding scared. I drive one of these Formula One cars. Look, some of you are competing with the wrong people. How many of you are honest enough and mature enough to own this statement? I'm not your competition. I've never been your competition. I'm never going to be your competition. You understand? This is the network marketing profession. We are all the same. So in Formula One, it was really funny to me. I was watching this show, and there's these two Red Bull drivers at the time. They don't race for Red Bull anymore. Well, one does. It's Verstappen, right? So whatever, we'll just say it. Daniel Ricciardo, who, if you're watching, hi. But anyway, so Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen were on the same Red Bull team. I got a bunch of Americans on my screen because no one reacted to that. Heavens. All right, Europeans, thanks for staying up with me, right? And Verstappen started running Daniel Ricciardo off the track. Like race after race after race after race. Instead of competing together to win. Think about your business for a minute here. How many of you are doing this? If you're honest with yourselves. How many of you have not reached out and collaborated with that sideline leader because you go, oh, but like I'm on the leaderboard here, and she's on the leaderboard here, and if I collaborate with her, then I'm going to make her better. Well, why don't you just both get better together? What a concept. What a concept. Does that make sense? Give me a yes if that makes sense. Right? You're not competing with me. I want the network marketing profession to win. Why do you think Eric is winning so big? Eric is winning so big because his mission is to help network marketing, the network marketing profession. Not the Eric Worre profession, the network marketing profession. Stop competing with the wrong people. Start watching the people. If you don't follow the people in other companies who their social media makes you go, whoa, let me steal that, 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 let me steal that. I would have notifications on for every single person that I'm like, dang on, I could do that and put that in my company. I'm in health and wellness too. I can use that with my health and wellness. I'm in services too. I can do that with this. I do trading too. I can do this. You are not in competition with each other. There are 7.5 billion people in the world. What gives you the thought that everybody can't win? That's crazy. Stop fighting with the people that are on the same mission as you. Now, this was one of my favorite parts of Formula One, leadership. Okay? What you can accomplish when you don't blame and shame and justify every reason why you're not yet where you want to be, you'll start to win. It's just the law of the universe, right? So there's this one race, and it was Haas racing, and so like I already mentioned, there's 2 drivers per company, right? 2 drivers per company. And there's this track, and they're racing, and the first driver goes to pit. And when he pits, whoever was in charge of the back left tires of these cars this day put the tire on wrong. And he drives out onto the track, ready to go, and the tire falls off. He's out of the race. Well, luckily there's 2 drivers, right? Just like you maybe and your accountability partner, maybe you and your top leader, maybe you and your upline, maybe you and your company, 2 drivers. And the next driver comes into pit to change his tires. What do you think happened? Put it in the chat. Same back left tire was not put on right. Second car goes out. Wheel comes off. Both drivers DQ'd from the race. Crazy. Now, some of you, if something like this happened, would go, oh my God, this freaking pit crew. Oh my God, the company. Did you see the shipping delays? Oh my God, they keep saying we're going to open Europe. They keep saying we're going to open the Middle East. They keep saying we're going to fix the tax situation. They keep saying we're going to fix back orders. They keep saying, yeah, stop it and be a leader. I love this. There's one person who can communicate, and that's the leader in these Formula One racing teams. And that manager came down, instead of yelling at the same boy who put the tires on wrong 2 times in a row, costing him the race. The leader said, hey, this is my fault. Tell me what we did wrong so we can get better. How many of you have ever done that in your business? It's really easy to blame your upline. It's really easy to blame your company. When was the last time you took the finger and you pointed it back at yourself? And you were accountable for your actions. And you led through situations. I thought it was amazing. He goes, well, we haven't been sleeping enough. You know, we flew in here way too late. We didn't have enough time to practice. We don't have enough practice. We don't have enough hours. I'm exhausted. I'm dehydrated. Like everything kind of went wrong. And instead of yelling at him, he said, you're right. It's my fault. We'll get better. That's leadership. How many of you want to earn more? How many of you want when Eric says something about an accelerator, you go, you kidding me? Done. Like, what is that? That's basically free, right? We all want, yeah, Shannon, heck yeah, of course, of course. Well, then you have to take that kind of accountability and leadership over your own business. There's no blaming here. Your success and your failures are based and predicated on your own response to how you're working in business. Now look, oh, my man, Eric, who are you listening to? How many of you are just students of every Tom, Dick, and Harry that falls onto your Instagram feed? Oh my God. Lord have mercy, this is crazy. You need to listen to one person. Eric is my person. When I'm mad, I call Eric. When I'm happy, I call Eric. When I go, what is going on in this business? I need to scale this. I call Eric. I don't call anybody else. Some of you are doing nothing because you have paralysis by analysis. You have 19 mentors in business. How's that working out for you? Because even as aligned as Fraser and I are, we just talked about this 2 days ago on stage, he just swung to one of the principles that I've been teaching for a few years, just now. And I know some of you probably, if you listened to both of us, did nothing instead of something, because you went, well, Fraser said do this and Jesse Lee said do that, and both of them are, really successful. One business mentor, one life mentor. In Formula One, who's in these drivers' headsets right now? Who is in Lewis Hamilton's ear right now? You think it's 7 people? Do you really think right now in Saudi Arabia that Lewis Hamilton has 7 people in his ear right now going, all right, take the turn, now. Hell no. One voice. Focus on one voice, and you will get a lot further. And make it a good voice, by the way. Don't take advice from people who don't have what you want, okay? I wouldn't be taking relationship advice from someone who's been divorced 7 times. I wouldn't be taking financial advice from somebody whose bank account looks like an emergency phone number, which is 0 in Australia, okay? Like, that just sounds like a bad plan, okay? Who is in your ear? All right, then. Trust is built over time. This is not something that happens right away. You cannot expect to win your first race. In Formula One racing, these boys start racing when they are little, tiny things and little go-karts. Just like you with your little business kit. Ah! Oh, God. Right? You cannot expect to win right away. You cannot expect, I love the story this morning, right? My first year in business, I'm crushing it. And some of you now go, I'm 11 years in business. I'm not crushing it yet. What am I doing wrong? Stop. Goes back to what I said about comparison. This is the elite version of you. Okay, you're probably going to lose hundreds of races. But the trust is built every day. Every day. Every day. When was the last time you reached out to your leaders? When was the last time you just said, I love you? When was the last time you said, I'm grateful for you? When was the last time you just said to your customers, I appreciate your order, Penny, thank you. Claudia, thank you. Like, that was amazing. I really thank you for your order. Teresa, oh my gosh, another order, thank you. Oh my gosh, Beatrice, girl, thank you. Oh, I saw you, Rusta, on the training. Thank you for showing up to training. Virginia, that was so awesome that you showed up for 3 straight days. That meant a lot to me. Oh my gosh, Amy, you're amazing, incredible. This is how trust is built, and it's how you show up. You can say whatever you want to people. It's through your actions that people start to trust you. Let me explain something to you right now. The time is now. Some of you hear the words that I'm saying, but you don't get it. I know you don't. I will know who I'm talking to when next year I'm here and you're there too. Not watching me on a screen. You understand what I'm saying? Who's making the actual decision? Because some of you really think tomorrow's promised. I know you do, from the way you act. I swear this is the time. I swear, Jessie Lee, this is it. I'm really going to show up this time. Show me. Stop telling me. Because look at this. I got a story. We're going to get out a calculator right now. Everybody, calculators out. Show me your phone. This is my Nana, by the way. This is the woman that raised me. And I think every day if I'm making her proud. And every day when I don't feel like doing something, I do it anyway. There are 168 hours in a week. What if you had 7 days left? What would you do? What would you do, Vicky? What would you do, Lemaire? What would you do, Andriana? Then do that. Do you know this is a willable business? Do you know someday you don't wake up? What if you don't wake up tomorrow? What business are you leaving to your family, to your husband, to your children, to your wife, to your friends? Are you proud of that? I say it with love. Please hear my heart. I know I'm being a little right now, but this is serious. The average woman lives to be 82 years old. The average man, 76. Take that number in your calculator, subtract the years you are, put the number you are in the chat. So 82 minus 33, I'm 33 years old. I don't do mathematics. We already established that 2 days ago. I don't know how many years I have left, but put it in the chat. Some of you got 30 years left, 53 years left. Great. 47, 22, 30, 4, 42, 41, 18, 34. Can we all agree that's not enough? Can we all agree that's not enough? 19 years is not enough to do what I need to do. 58 years is not enough time to do what I need to do. Hope 35 is not enough years. I need time. It's not long enough. Multiply it by 365. Start collecting moments. Stop collecting money. The money comes when you collect the moments with people you actually love. And I love these two. If you know who they are, I love you. I know you're watching. Multiply by 365. Now multiply it by 0.67. Put these numbers in the chat. So 19,345 for Taylor times 0.67. Put that. You've got 10,222. Sandra, multiplied by 0.67. How many do you have left, Sandra? Kathy has 5380.1, 6358. You have 4,400 walking days left, Carol. Is that enough time? Then how many 90-day runs are you going to skip? If you only have 4,646 days left, Kenny, you have 3,423 days left, Kathy. How many 90-day runs are you going to skip for the legacy that you're choosing to not leave behind for your family? Come on. If you're feeling me right now, will you put a yes in the chat? Like if you're like, oh my God. Right. And the limit doesn't exist in network marketing. That's why I love what we do. You don't have to like me because I love me. And I know that what I do is I serve. And I know that I show people a better way. And I know that I train people. The limit doesn't exist. What are you going to do about it? How many moments are you never going to miss again because you go all in? Because you decided the time was now. We take so much for granted. So much for granted. How many of you have been on an airplane before? Anyone been on an airplane before? Okay. I went to a conference and I met this man. He was talking about his family. He was taking a flight. He was in first class, his 2 children in the back with his wife. And I don't know if you've ever been on an airplane where there's a fire, but this plane caught on fire. 30,000 feet in the air. And from the front of first class, he hears the flight attendant scream, "Fire! Fire! Fire!" as smoke fills the entire airplane. And I don't know if there's any pilots listening, but when a plane catches on fire, the pilots are instructed to immediately go into a nosedive. to try to put out the fire. And in less than 60 seconds, the plane dropped from 30,000 feet to 10,000 feet. And the only thing that he could hear in first class was his children and his wife screaming, "Daddy! Daddy!" You have no idea. He lived. And when he lived, he stopped living like a lot of us do, which is assuming tomorrow is promised, or thinking that we have another 90-day run we can try next year, or GoPro will be there 10 years from now, or I'll hit diamond, whatever the heck. No. No. Can we all agree the time is now? Will you put now in the chat if you agree the time is now? What is your GoPro story going to be? Because let me tell you something. Run this race like the time is now. And you will be on stage and you will have your time. Because there is room up here for everybody. The bottom is crowded. Please come join us at the top. My name is Jessie Lee Ward. You can call me #BossLee. I love you and I appreciate you. Please take your life seriously. God bless you.
Jessie Lee Ward, everybody!